Well, after the sad and rather horrific end for Nacho, we continue on with the fun stuff. And this is more of Saul and Kim's scheme and scam against Howard. And well, a little light levity and fun after all that, tragedy and drama and whatnot. So once again, it's all this, how's he going to pull this off and all this stuff. It's hilarious. And the way they're setting up the trouble they go through just to stick it to Howard. And he's completely oblivious of this. And it's hilarious how they pull it off. It involves a prostitute, some auto theft or auto borrowing a bit. Yeah. And a clever disguise. He only needed it for a brief second, but it's just, I mean, a lot of this is like, how can he pull it off? And even back when this is set, there were still security cameras and stuff, but I guess no one would really be looking for it, because they wouldn't suspect anything. So, but the darkness and danger is still there. And the interesting thing is the show opens up with what you think, oh boy, this must be the DEA or the FBI. No, it turns out to be Gus's operation. He's like an evil Batman. I mean, he's got secret caves and tunnels and everything and secret doors and whatnot. And it's oh man. And once again, the telltale signs of his character, of how, he has his fake persona of being the manager of the chicken restaurant. And he has that outfit and several shirts of it. So it's the same outfit every time. And then he has to change another outfit for what he's doing. He's doing his little spy operation of vetting everybody who could be a potential threat to him and all that sort of thing. And he has another outfit for that. And then there's just this whole wall of boxes with clothes in them and stuff, and everything's perfectly folded and placed and all that. And that's Gus. That's the way he is. That's how he handles everything. And everything's meticulous. Which is how, which makes sense because his enemies are everywhere and he's having to survive this shark-infested sea while plotting his own ultimate revenge on these powerful criminals. And so, it all fits. But they're spying on Kim, the way we find out. And obviously because of her relationship with Jimmy, now Saul, and all of that, it gets back to Lalo, who they're looking for. They're trying to find him. He, had their services. Saul got him out and all that. And now this is backfiring on Saul somewhat. People at the courthouse and in the circles of lawyers, they don't want to talk to him because now he's already, he's got the reputation of being involved with the cartel or just criminals in general. They don't want to associate with him and everything. But in the meantime, it worked to the advantage. He now has just a buttload of clients show up for him. Because his reputation of all the riffraff and scum of the earth, they've got a guy who can get him out, and so they all come for him. So he's like, well, whatever, But the sinister aspects of her being followed and everything. And then eventually she gets a visit from Mike. It's actually the first time she's had a real scene with him, and so he's explaining to the best of his ability. He says, I can't tell you everything, but he's telling her what to do and all this stuff. And she's realizing there's something afoot on this, and it's of course about Saul, but she's too far in and all that sort of stuff, So, but still the fun aspects of it is their crazy scam against Howard, which looks like it's going to pay off. And after all that work, I mean, you have to hope so, even though poor Howard He may have been an a-hole, but he really doesn't deserve this, but he's going to get it, I'm afraid. So that's the way it is. But once again, yeah, it's the best TV show on at the moment, and can't recommend it enough. So there we go. Another great episode, a very fun episode. Even though it's all very dark humor, it's still funny, you know. And so do check it out if you haven't already.